Welcome back to D&M Motorsports. Today we're spending time with an amazing automobile. This is a 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. Under the optional aluminum hood here, you'll actually see a beautiful 6.6 liter V12 engine. Now this is a very potent engine. It makes 563 horsepower and it's routed to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You really almost don't need 8 speeds to really get a feel for this engine, but this does drive like a much smaller car. It's very sporting in nature and a hell of a car to be seen in, obviously, just by taking a look at it. And just in case you're in the mood to steal, you know, you could always steal one of these hood ornaments right off the car. Or can you? Obviously, there's a whole lot more to check out on this car, so let's take a look. Obviously, the Ghost is a decent sized car. So decent that you know you're going to have a decent, more than ample sized trunk. It's so much more than ample, in fact, that you actually can keep your driver right in there. So what I do is I usually keep my driver right in there.
Hey. Hey. Hello, Mr. Moran. Been a few days there, eh?
Everyone, this is Randolph. Why don't you take a minute and let everybody know exactly what it's like to get behind the wheel of this beautiful Rolls-Royce. Take it away.
Nothing would please me more. I've been waiting for you to ask me that, sir. Behind the wheel of the Rolls-Royce Ghost is an absolute delight for the driver. Getting in's a snap, firing it up is a jiffy, and even moving the steering wheel takes literally no effort at all. All of today's modern conveniences in front of you: power windows, power locks. You've got a window above your head here so the sun can come in for the owners. I've got a navigation system, tells me where I'm going all the time. It just yaps and yaps away. Just as bad as Mr. Moran can be sometimes.
This car is so simple to get into, especially just getting in the back seat, but you know, when Randolph's too lazy to close the door for me, got a button right here, takes care of it. Backseat of a Rolls-Royce is probably one of the most luxurious places on the globe. Everything you touch is of the absolute top-notch quality, and the leather, just the feel of it, the smell of it, just reminds you that you're really in something special. But this is equipped with the rear theater package, which gives you these 2 large screen TVs here from the factory, which is nice. You have an iDrive style controller back here that actually will manipulate the entire multimedia system. So you have DVD player back here, you have all the multimedia that can stream from the front, and you also have the most ultimate in comfort. This really is an amazing place to spend some time. The rear occupants also were treated to individual climate control. You've got a high and low setting, but it essentially makes for a 4-zone climate setting, along with the heated seats that you don't necessarily need on a hot day like today in Chicago. And right above my head here is the optional panoramic moonroof.
Just another piece of tech that makes it easier for the driver is the umbrella right here in the door. So all I need to do is take the umbrella, unfasten the Velcro, and it pops open so that Master Z can stay wet. Come on, Mr. Moran, let's go.
Dude, what are you doing? We're inside. In 1904, Charles Rolls and Henry Royce created a formidable partnership, a conquest to create the world's greatest automobiles. Here we are over 100 years later, and the Rolls-Royce brand still stands across the globe as one of the greatest automobile makers in history. Rolls-Royce has always been dedicated to levels of luxury and elegance that surpass the demands of the most discriminatory customers. This car here is a 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. The newest in the stable, this is the most capable and technologically advanced Rolls-Royce motor car ever created. Slotted below the Phantom as the Baby Roller, it's a car that lacks none of the Rolls-Royce exclusivities, but adds the element of being a true driver's car. Finished in English white, and further accented by the silver satin finish bonnet, the exterior shows as new, which should be expected of such a lightly used car. The optional 20-inch chrome wheels feature Rolls-Royce's signature self-righting center cap, which is always upright no matter what speed of travel you're going. Other exterior highlights include adaptive xenon headlamps with LED running lights, power closing trunk, and front and rear park distance control with graphic readout, paired with the optional front and rear view camera, which captures a nearly 360-degree view of the car live from the navigation screen. And of course, it would not be a Rolls-Royce without the spirit of ecstasy at the end of the bonnet, which can be elegantly hidden with the touch of a button. Under the hood is an all-new 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, far and away the most advanced motor ever to find a home in a Rolls-Royce. This high-tech power plant produces 563 horsepower and an immense 575 foot-pounds of torque at only 1,500 RPMs. Plus, 80% of that is available at idle. So with a power band like that, you can only imagine how effortless speed is in this car. Managing that power is an 8-speed automatic that runs to the rear wheels. The suspension is fully active with 4-corner load leveling, which translates to extreme comfort no matter how many passengers you have. And a sharp button-down response when the road ahead provides the opportunity to play. You also have an electronic height adjustment to provide extra ground clearance when needed. Inside, the Consort red leather is among the highest grades ever used in a passenger car. Just running your fingertips over the buttery smooth leather gives you an idea of this car's intentions. Large and very comfortable front seats both feature power adjustment and lumbar support, memory settings, and both are heated and ventilated. Even the headrests are optioned with the embroidered contrast stitched RR logos. The large diameter steering wheel is true to Rolls-Royce heritage, but the multifunction capability and power tilt and telescope reflect its 21st century design. Given attention to detail, how many steering wheels have actual metal buttons for the controls? It's that attention to detail that characterizes the obsessive pursuit of extravagance so dear to Rolls-Royce. Directly in the driver's field of view is a heads-up display, which includes navigation information. Front and rear passengers have their own settings for the automatic climate control, and at the top of the dash is the interface for your multimedia, vehicle, and communication settings. Navigation is housed here, as well as the control for the extensive media options, including satellite radio, auxiliary and iPod connections, and an in-dash DVD player. The rear seats are an experience all their own. You enter the rear in a very non-conventional way. Step in and sit down. Once inside, you're treated to sumptuous seating with heated outboard seats. The optional rear theater package adds generously sized twin screens and a central drive control able to change the entertainment settings for the entire car. It's also paired to a DVD player mounted in the rear console for easy access. Well, it is definitely an honor and a privilege to be able to drive the new Rolls-Royce Ghost. And it is also a phenomenal automobile. Very sporting in nature. It's still of a pretty big stature next to the Phantom, which is gigantic. But it doesn't drive like that. Neither does the Phantom, but this really is a different breed of Rolls-Royce. Definitely the most sporting Rolls-Royce, I'm sure, to date. But it's fast, it's comfortable, it's got amazing amenities, it smells like a Rolls-Royce in here, it has all the kind of wow factor, bling elements that you'd expect. But you know, when you're behind a wheel of a car that's this valuable, sometimes they tend to be a little intimidating. You know, you're worried you're going to break them, or you're going to hurt them, or you're going to bend a wheel or something like that. Like, this car doesn't give you any reason to be concerned. It drives like a proper road car. It's definitely built to be driven, but it's still so quiet. It's got the power reserve gauge showing how much power is left for the engine to give, and we just dipped into the 75% reserve. That actually felt pretty fast still. But 563 horsepower out of a V12. That is a BMW-based V12 engine, but that actually gives it more power than the Phantom. And the Phantom is a spectacularly fast automobile, especially for its size. A spectacular car. Comfortable, solid, smooth. And it's only got 1,800 miles on it, and that's nothing. That's break-in mileage, in my opinion. Here, we're getting on the highway. We're actually going highway speeds. Got my heads-up display in front of me. It does have active suspension, so as we hit the off-ramp here, sorry, I got a little change in the cup holder there. But wow, is that stiffen up nicely, especially for a huge car. There's no noise. Listen, I'm holding on too, but lean into the V12. Wow, that's immense power. Wish we had more real estate to explore that, but that is really amazing power. And of course, what's a Rolls-Royce known for but comfort? And look at, I could probably drive with one finger on the wheel. The steering's nice and light. There's no wind noise. You could have a whisper level conversation with your passenger, which today happens to be First mate, Dangerous Dave.
How you doing?
What's up, brother? I think Dave likes the Rolls-Royce too. We're both pretty impressed, right?
Yep.
Yep. Having just hit the market, the Ghost is hot. With this car being nearly new and having traveled only 1,800 miles, it's not every day we're able to provide an opportunity like this. Plus, had you not already known, this Rolls-Royce carries the balance of its 4-year unlimited mileage warranty, which includes roadside assistance. Seriously, save huge on a flawless, beautiful Rolls-Royce. For even more information, including the complete options list, visit us online at dmautosales.com.